slightly different video for you today. I'm going to be reacting to a video that I haven't even seen yet. I saw the title of Gio's video this morning, which was "We got to be patient with Potter," which I think is a very, very good line. I've not seen the video, truth be known, because as you know, if you're a regular watcher of the channel, last night I watched the rugby. That was brilliant, unless you're Welsh. Obviously not so good there. The rugby was excellent yesterday. And then I got up this morning and I watched a replay of the Australian Grand Prix. First Grand Prix, first race of the season. So I've not watched Gio's video yet. So I want to give my reaction to Potter. 9 games remaining. 9 games gone. What do I think so far? What do we think so far? I'm going to try and be as fair and balanced as I possibly can. But before I do, I've got an unboxing now. An unpackaging. I've got a package. Now, Gio said to me, I've sent you something. Please, can you open it? Do a video. Open it on a video. So it's exactly what I'm going to do now. So you're going to get my reaction. I do not know what is in this package. It's another package. Okay, right, hold on. So there's another package which says, "This is for you, love Gio." Thank you very much indeed. And then this is music. What's they called it with the? It's Pass the Parcel, isn't it? That's it, Pass the Parcel. For a long time. Give this to a subscriber. Open the cover. Right, hold on a second. Oh, this is interesting. So I'm going to give this to a subscriber. So this is very exciting, isn't it? Let's have a look. What's in here? Oh! There you go. Size is everything. It's a Jimmy Walker book. I'm going to give this to one of you today. Well, you won't get it today, but we'll concoct something that you've got to write in the chat or something like that, allow you to win this. Open the cover, which I'm going to do now. Hopefully you can see that. There it is. It's a signed Jimmy Walker book. That's really cool. That is very, very cool. I like this. Have you read this? A footballing glove story. We like that. Maybe that'll be the competition. In fact, let's do it now. What I want you to do, and I'll just pick what I think is the best one, the funniest one. So he's put "Size is everything, a footballing glove story." Write me an alternative to that thing at the bottom. What could he put there? So maybe a play on words. It's like where he's gone glove instead of love. Do something. Give me that, a little line, a little strap line at the bottom of the book. Whichever one is best, I'm going to send this out to you. Anyway, there you go. So yes, a very nice idea from Gio. So that's that. This is for you, love Gio. It's for me, it's not for you. Me. Oh dear, oh dear. What have we got here? What have we got here? Hold on, I'm opening it. Looky. There's some loot. This is why you wanted me to open it. Thank you very much. It's obviously some Durex lip balm, or I don't know if you can see that. How well that's focusing. Thank you very much. I just realised you could actually look straight in from the garden from them, and neighbours thinking he's at it again. Well, look at this fine top. I'm just worried some condoms are going to fall out or something like that. Oh, Gio, you are naughty. He is naughty. You've not seen the back yet. Oh. It's a signed Obi-Wan Bissaka shirt. West Ham's finest player. My favourite current player. Thank you, Gio. This is cool as hell. This is cool as hell. I'm going to mount this. I do like Wan-Bissaka, but not that much. I'm going to mount it. I'm going to frame it. That's the one. I'm going to frame it, and it's going to live sort of over here somewhere, so as we can see it in the videos. How cool is that? Love it. I absolutely love it. There you go. Unboxing. Well, I'm going to say nice things about Wan-Bissaka, that's for sure. Has he been our best player so far under Potter? Anyway, Graham Potter. I'm chuffed with that. No, even more chuffed with that. 9 games in. 9 games in. 9 games in, 9 games remaining. 9 league games. Last 4 games, 2 goals conceded. I think it can be said that he has pretty much sorted out that defence. And I've got to sort of rein myself a little bit in with as far as Potter's concerned. Because when he came in, I said I quite admired the fact that he had been pragmatic. And I am perfectly capable of contradicting myself, right? That's just as it is. I often change my mind on a lot of stuff. Some people sometimes say, you change your mind. I do. You contradict yourself. I do. Both of those things are absolutely true. And I sort of try and check myself and think, hold on a second, am I being reasonable? I was trying to ask, am I being reasonable on this? I was pleased that he was pragmatic when he came in, and I thought, even if he was somebody that wanted to play an expansive brand of football, Potter was probably going to have to look at it and say, I need to sort that defence out, because it had been shocking. Pretty much the last season under David Moyes, certainly at least the last half season of David Moyes, letting in goals for fun, under Lopetegui, letting in goals for fun. Lopetegui gave an interview the other day, and he appraised his time at West Ham. I thought he'd said it. I thought he made a lot of good points, but he left a lot of stuff out as well. But I'm not here to dig out Lopetegui. So I think Potter coming in, he probably thought, I've got to sort that defence out. And he has. And Potter himself has spoken about laying foundations. I think the reason I get disappointed is that I don't really want to. The amount of money West Ham has spent, I don't really want to hear about laying foundations again. Well, we've got to do it. There's a difference between what we've got to do and what sort of disappoints me. I think, have we really got to start again? And I think the answer to that is yes. I think possibly, because I have read the description of Gio's video that he did earlier, and I would imagine he's probably saying the same thing in that. So, chuff with that shirt, by the way. I'm talking to you, but I'm thinking about the shirt. I'm thinking about mounting that shirt again, and this should help. Where was I? It's hard to think, okay, we need to sort it out, but I guess we do. And it is something that I never really wanted to. It's like the centre-back situation. We spent a lot on centre-backs. Because Kurt Zuma's young, right? Kurt Zuma is, what is he, like 30 or something like that? Kurt Zuma shouldn't be broken now. Kurt Zuma should, realistically, be able to play for another 5-6 years or whatever the case may be, right? We spent big money on Kurt Zuma, paid him big wages. We spent big money on Nathan Gerd. And as the backup, so we spent £75 million, basically, on our central defenders because the backup was Mavropanos. We shouldn't have been in a situation where we needed to rebuild the centre-back partnership, but we did. I really liked what I've seen from Tadibo. I think Kilman, it's tough for Kilman because I thought he was brilliant, by the way, against Everton again. I thought he was really good, but he can have bad games. I think when you cost £40 million, it's difficult when you have bad games. But we've got some centre-backs now, and I don't think that perhaps that's necessarily part of it, that Potter needs to rebuild, but he needed to make it stable. And I think he has done. I think he's got the defence being quite mean, and, 2 goals conceded in 4 games would suggest that. So well done on that one. I think what I don't like so much is, particularly when you think about rebuild, he's got to learn. So Potter said when he came into West Ham, I need to, he says he's saying, I need to see what that looks like. And he said, I want to get my head under the bonnet and have a little look. I like that. Thought it was a good analogy. The thing is, as West Ham fans, we don't need to get our head under the bonnet. We know that it's not particularly good for Jarrod Bowen to play as a striker, but he needs to learn that stuff. There's a lot of things that we already know because we've been watching West Ham play for all our lives, that we probably wish he wasn't doing. So I think there's a little bit of frustration there. I think there's a little bit of concern that maybe he's not getting the best out of Jarrod Bowen. I know Bowen obviously got the assist. it was an assist, and it will count as an assist, but a lot had to be done by Souček. And I think, you know, twice yesterday, I think we saw Bowen playing either up front or swapped in the second half. I think he was playing an awful lot on the left. And I didn't feel at any part in yesterday's game to be seen as the right winger or you know, the right inside forward or whatever you want to call it. So I think there's that, and I think there's the composition in the midfield. And I was fully expecting, well, not fully expecting. I said in the build-up show yesterday, I said, Thomas Souček's had a crap game against Newcastle. He often follows up a crap game with a good game, and he went and delivered the goods, right? But I still don't like the composition of the midfield. I know this wasn't what we had yesterday, of Ward-Prowse, Souček, Alvarez. So I think I have, in terms of my appraisal for Potter, I have to believe that he doesn't want to do that next season. And I think he's earned that, and he deserves that. And he deserves not to be judged, really, until next season. But it doesn't mean... Not judging doesn't mean don't talk about it. And I think, you know, there's a couple of times I've spoken about Potter, and people are saying, you shouldn't be speaking about him until next season. I thought, well, I've got a YouTube channel, I can't do that. But I also think I wouldn't do that if we were sat in the pub, which is really what this is now, because this is what would be happening. Used to go to the game, used to get the fanzine, used to get Overland and see OLES, and that would keep you going for a couple of weeks until the next home game. But by and large, your conversations would be with other people. You wouldn't sit down in a pub and start to talk, what do we think about Potter so far? Somebody wouldn't come up and say, you can't say that. You have to stop talking. You can't talk about him until next September. You just wouldn't get that, right? So you have to be able to have a conversation, I think, about what he's doing and how he's getting along. And I have to believe, I think possibly for my own football insanity, that he's going to implement something better next season. Because I don't like what I'm seeing now, apart from the defence, which is, you know, well done. Good stuff, right? The midfield and the attack, I don't like it. So what do you do? You've got to think, well, he's going to get his own players in, and I hope he does that. And one of the things I probably do worry about is maybe he's thinking, oh, next season I'll get my players in. I'm thinking, well, this is West Ham. It might not work out quite how you like it, Graham. You might target certain players, and we will not be able to get them. And certainly you look at a few of the players that we've targeted so far, and we're not going to get those guys, but you don't know how much he's pursuing them. Is Graham Potter stood there going, get me Jonathan David at any cost, and then he's going to be surprised if he doesn't get Jonathan David? I'd hope that's not the case. I hope he knows. But we've probably got slim to no chance of getting him at all. So maybe if you want a forward, you've got to get someone else. But at the moment, I'm thinking, does he want a forward? I know he probably wants to sign one, but would he play one? Is he liking what he's doing at the moment? Again, I have to think no. I have to think if... Two things, two examples. I know I keep saying the Fulkrug one. Fulkrug hadn't got injured after 13 minutes in his first game, FA Cup game against Aston Villa. Maybe Fulkrug would have just been playing the whole time. We wouldn't be having this conversation now. The composition of the team would be slightly different. You could possibly even make the same point about Crescencio Somerville, even though he's not a striker, but he is certainly an attacker, certainly an attacking player. The other thing is, if Michail Antonio was at West Ham and was fit, well, you know what I mean. If Michail Antonio was fit when Potter came in, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Michail Antonio is just starting up front. And again, we're not having this conversation. Because all you can do is guess. So from that, I can only think, well, okay, well, maybe that would be the case. And now because he's not got those two, then what he's doing now is just thinking, right, okay, I'm going to sort of muddle through switching Kudus and Bowen around and doing my thing, and a little bit of Paqueta at false nine, which he'd done in previous games. That doesn't bode well for Evan Ferguson, by the way, because if what you're saying is, I am going to play the strikers, either when I get my new striker, or when Fulkrug comes back, or when Antonio comes back, one of those three things, for the moment, I'm just going to play Kudus and I'm going to play Bowen. That's not great for Evan Ferguson. So, but if this makes any sense, I would rather think that he doesn't rate Evan Ferguson. And Evan Ferguson is fit, by the way. He is fit. He's ready to play. he played 2 minutes. I mean, he played 2 minutes against Everton. For context, he played 20 minutes in his last game for Brighton just before we signed him on the 1st of April. He played 20 minutes in. But I would rather believe he just doesn't really fancy Ferguson, which I know makes no sense because he chased him, but go with me on this. I'd rather think he doesn't fancy him. And it's just him. It's just a Ferguson thing. And actually, when he gets his striker, we'll play with a striker again. And I look at Glenn Murray. Not a lot. I look at Glenn Murray and I look at Welbeck and stuff like that. I think he does want a forward. He does want a striker. So, yes, I think, and again, watching Gio's title of his video, got to be patient with Potter. I think I've got to be patient with Potter. Sorry, I'm just laughing at that lube. I'm like, that lube is in my eye line. Well, I wonder if I'm the first person to ever say that sentence. Maybe that could be the title of the video. See how many... I can't. No, I couldn't. I really couldn't. What title could be? I'd do the title of the video and it could be Appraising Potter. Nine games in, what do we think of Potter? Well, we could do a different one. I opened a West Ham book. I opened a parcel for a West Ham book and unexpectedly got some lubricant. That is a good video title. I'm not sure how many people are clicking on it anyway. I think I've just realised this is not for sexual reasons. This is not even for me to rub all over myself to get that shirt on. I won't wear that shirt. That'll be mounted and framed, as I said. This is to get me through. I think this is to get me through the rest of the season because it's not very entertaining, but it's a bit dry, if we're honest. Sorry, I do apologise. I've not sworn in this video, so if there are little ones watching, they hope you don't even have to explain what I'm talking about. You could just say, what's that man, Daddy, what's that man on YouTube? So it says it's a lip balm. So he's got a lip balm. Lube. Lip lube. Lovely. I hope no one's mischievous enough to pause the camera then. Hope you're not watching, Mum. Blimey. Anyway, I hope things will get better. I think got to be patient with him. I am being patient with him. You can do what you want to be impatient if you want. Doesn't bother me. But I'm going to be patient with him and sort of hope that he is going to implement his stuff next season. And I've since learned, I think I had the wrong idea of him. And my idea of... I'm not a great watcher. I don't watch tons and tons of other people play football. I've probably watched more this season than most seasons, actually. But I watch a lot of stuff. I watch boxing, watch MMA, the Formula One, and obviously the rugby, as you know. So I watch a lot. I love sport, absolutely love sport. And I don't. But if I've got a weekend, I won't watch 6 football matches and nothing else. I watch a football match. I watch obviously. But I think. I can't even remember what I'm bloody talking about. So that lube has bloody distracted me. Anyway, I've completely lost my train of thought. Sorry, I've been shirts, books. Don't forget to do that thing for the book, by the way. Completely lost my train of thought. I'll end this video and I'll remember what I was saying. That's it. I've remembered now. My opinion of Graham Potter was purely born out of when we faced Brighton, and they always sort of played pretty well. So I think I was surprised by the version of Graham Potter that I'm seeing now. That's not what I remember from when we played against Brighton. But I've been told, well, Potter is pragmatic. Okay, I totally accept that, but I don't remember this. If this is what he was serving up, there'd have been no difference from Chris Hughton, who he was he took over from before. So, hey, I don't know. So I have to believe that actually it'll be more expansive. And I've done a video and looked at Potter's last game for Brighton, 5-3 against Leicester, I think. And the team is, it's packed full of fast, technical players, which is not what West Ham have. So if he's taken the job knowing he's not really got too many players who fit his style and he's just gone pragmatic and thinking, I can only really play this way, then that's fine. I think sometimes when I get annoyed, I look at it, I think you don't have to play all those 3 stodgy midfielders, though, all the time. I know he didn't yesterday. And I think we looked a bit better for it as well. We have 3 shots on target rather than 2. It's a hard watch. I think that's what I would say. Am I patient with Potter? Yeah, I'll be patient with Potter. But I'm also not particularly looking forward to the rest of the season. I think it's pretty crap in terms of entertainment value. Certainly wasn't as I say, wasn't the Formula One or wasn't the rugby. If you watched either of those, that was highly entertaining stuff. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm looking forward to next season. I'm not particularly looking forward to the rest of this season. But he's got to do what he's got to do, I guess, up to a point. I think up to a point. I think if you look at where we are in the table and he's doing his stuff, we're not overly moving in the table. We're not a threat of relegation. I do wish there comes a point where he starts to open it up and starts to expand it, give us a little bit of something to get our teeth into. But overall, I am okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I was like to say, I'm really happy with what Graham Potter's done. I wouldn't go that far. I'm not particularly happy with anything that's gone on over probably the last 18 months, be it David Moyes, Lopetegui or Potter. So, but I think, yeah, I won't judge him. I just think at the moment, he's not started painting the walls. He's still cleaning up the last painter and decorator's mess. Pardon it's that thing again. Pardon the expression. Right. I'm going to go. I'm going to skedaddle. So it's my daughter's birthday today. And she is 20 years of age. She won't watch this. Quite right too. And so yeah, I'm going to go out and get some bits. We're going to make her something nice. Some pizza, some. Got a cake, got all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm sure you'll watch some football. Anybody that sat around and watched all of this video, thank you very much. You are truly the the thumping heartbeat of the channel and the subscribers. So don't forget, we've got this book to give away, a footballing glove story. Just rewrite that at the bottom. Make me laugh there. And then whoever does, well, one of you, not all of you, I've only got one book there, signed. Just in case you didn't watch that. That would be weird if you hadn't watched the start of the video, but you're watching the end, because it's not a live one, is it? So I'll read the comments tomorrow, and then I will pick one out.